Fair use statement. This channel is not meant for kids or anyone under the age of 13. I or the channel is not held responsible for anybody watching this if they're under the age of 13. Please, if you're under 18, go watch another video or another channel. Fair use statement. All the videos, songs, images, graphics used in this video belong to respective owners. This channel does not claim any copyright over them. I'm a non-monetized channel, and this is strictly for the purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute, and that otherwise may be infringing. I'm a non-monetized channel, so this is just a quick video. Thanks, man.
The Astra Carta. This one's a little bit more fun than the other ones. As if it could get any more fun than somebody supposing themselves to have divine right and the grace of God.
This is Dan.
Just because they say so. And they believe it themselves. I'm not even sure that he does, though. So here's King Charles with the crest of the Astra Carta. The king unveils the Astra
I'll leave his link in the description.
Seal at a space sustainability reception at Buckingham Palace from the 28th of June 2023. All these dates, these occultist assholes, everything means something, right, to them. His Majesty the King has welcomed astronauts, business leaders, environmentalists, and scientists at a space sustainability event at Buckingham Palace. And here's a picture from the event. Just in case that you thought maybe this was just a big scam by somebody who's delusional enough to think that he's Lord of the universe. Well, this is pretty good cred right here. The event was preceded by a Space Sustainability Symposium at the Royal Society, okay? Yeah, no peasants there. Hosted by the Minister of State for Science, Innovation, and Technology, George Freeman. Interesting last name there. But he is a representative of government. So this is a big deal. This isn't just it isn't just a passing fancy. This is an official declaration to the world that he is now Lord of the universe, and if nobody stands in the way or objects, of course, they're going to accept that as permission. But as far as credibility goes, this is Sir, I think he's a Sir, Brian May, and he's not just anybody, he's an astrophysicist, which is nothing compared to his other qualifications. He's the lead guitarist for Queen. And even that just sinks away into insignificance when you discovered that this man is the one who actually penned the lyrics for Fat Bottom Girls, the Queen song, and outed his nanny as a fucking pedophile. This is the level. So here's another clown, Astro N-O-T. Astronaut Chris Hadfield collaborates with King Charles III to protect the moon with an Astra Carta. Retired Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield has joined forces with King Charles III of the United Kingdom to develop a space sustainability plan called the Astra Carta. The action, set to be unveiled on June 28th in London, this was from before the event, aims to address crucial questions girding the moon, similar to ownership laws and resource utilization. The collaboration between Hadfield and King Charles III holds significant importance for Canada, particularly in light of the unborn lunar operations. Interesting. Involving Canadian astronauts. I have a little clip on this fucking pathetic liar and delusional little nobody at the end of the video, so I'm not going to go on about him. But I think Hadfield was picked because he was the commander of a fake mission on the fake space station, and I guess they figure that since the moon landings were faked, that he had the highest rank and was the closest to the moon. It was still about 237,000 something miles away. It's 238,000 miles away from us, according to the globalists. But I guess that qualified him as being somebody that could support the poor king's delusions. So let's start with a statement of intent, like we did in both the Magna Carta or the Terra Carta, and the first couple of lines of the Magna Carta. As we embark on this great chapter, moving from the Earth to the stars, the Astra Carta builds on the foundation of the Terra Carta. So there's a link, and both of them are considered to be official notice of intent, right? Ethical and sustainable ambition, cooperation, and innovation. Technological advances that will inevitably be derived from our efforts. Technological advances in fucking theft, because here it is, the Astra Carta aims to serve as a roadmap for the global private sector to align their space-related activities with sustainability goals, approaches and standards in partnership with governments, who are bitches to them, international organizations, which is the globalist private sector, and other stakeholders. And these stakeholder and private sector a lot in this, just like they did in the Terra Carta. So the Astra Carta stands as a testament to our collective commitment to preserve the sanctity of the universe and uphold the principles that will safeguard its boundless marvels for generations to come. It is critical to acknowledge that the universe, with its vast cosmic landscape and near infinite number of celestial bodies, is itself a fragile, interconnected ecosystem, just because the Lord of the universe said so. Just as we are beginning to care for and nurture our own planet, we must extend these lessons to the ultimate cosmic mystery that surrounds us. And this is the funny part that I mentioned when I did the Terra. I think I did it actually when I did the Magna Carta right at the beginning. In the absence of evidence to the contrary, we, meaning King Charles himself and his partner God, remain the sole custodians of the cosmos as we seek to preserve our spark of life in the vastness of space. We must strive to protect the delicate balance of the unknown. And no, you fucking peasant. You are not we. So this from section 3, one people, one voyage. Protect the rights and interests of all stakeholders. Again, that's not you or me. Human-centric and future-oriented mindset. We can imagine a world where a common one-planet approach to human engagements in space is achieved. And that's assuming that everybody accepts the subjugation assumptions of this Astra Carta, because it puts him first, private sector second, then the Earth, private sector second, and then us. That's the way this goes, right? Actions the private sector and other stakeholders could adopt to further ambition and deliver the results required include, you don't have to go past number 1, supporting the work of international bodies and commitments involved in space law and policy, such as the United Nations Committee on Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. Did you know that existed? Providing resources, expertise, and participation from the private sector and other stakeholders that you don't know and never will, unless you're killing them. Unless you're lucky enough to be killing one of them, to advance the development of a harmonious and inclusive legal framework for space activities. So that's all it is. It's just locking out the pesky, dirty people who are to blame for having to even look at space as a possible alternative for the globalists to dwell on, that being other worlds, because you're so dirty and you fucked this up. How can they trust you with space? And how's that for delusion? How's that for hubris? Breathless hubris. And all these people that support him in the Royal Society and Freemasonry written over this whole damn thing. because one of the biggest chest puffing themes of Freemasonry is that they know a whole bunch of stuff about this world that you don't, that they suggest you never will. The nature of the earth and all of this bullshit that starts with the biggest case of fucking gaslighting in history, which is we live in a pressurized atmosphere that's surrounded by the vacuum of space. Anybody that could believe that could believe anything, and they just keep fucking jamming it down people's throats or sticking it up their asses, whichever one is closest or the most painful. That's what they're going to do. They're going to continue to, and all these people are about is lies. And the last graphic that I'll have at the clownish, at the end of the clownish clip of the fake space station and the Commander Clown, fraud, shameful, disgusting, black eye of Canada, Chris Hadfield, is a financial statement from NASA that shows how much money they spend on something that doesn't exist, on a bunch of programs that are only, if they're legitimate, related to controlling population or coming up with the kind of weaponry and solutions that could either be used to surveil us or to kill us at some future date. But most of it's just stolen like everything else. It's a little bit of an eye-opener. And I gave it a name. I renamed the Astra Carta. I'm sure a few of you people with no class will enjoy it. Let's face it, it's just about all of us. Nice to see you again. Please have a great day.
They have a complete mock-up of the International Space Station built on the inside of an airplane. And that airplane does a bunch of rises and falls. It does a parabolic, upside-down parabolic trajectory, and that simulates zero gravity. The other main way they simulate zero gravity is with suspension in front of a blue screen. And they use that trick for extended periods of time, for longer than 45-second segments. But they can't move around as much. They can't do the acrobatic flips and rolls in the extended mode. So there's full motion mode where they can fully move around, and that's baked in plane. And then there's suspended or extended mode where they're suspended by wires in front of a blue screen. They don't move around as much, but they can make the scene last for a longer period of time. In this scene, Chris Hadfield bends down in order to adjust something, and you can see on the back of his shirt a couple of upticks on either side where you would expect wires to come in on either side of that harness in order to support it. Of course, they've computer graphicked out the supporting wires. You can't actually see them, but what you can see is a very slight discoloration where it's slightly lighter and then it goes slightly darker. And that's strange.
There it is. Well, you heard it. And thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. That was your Mark 88. He's on Rumble and BitChute, and he's pretty awake, man. Okay, guys, much love. His name's Dan, and I'll leave his information in the description. Peace and love, man. Ciao.